So one of the reasons we talk a lot about resilience of our forests when we're discussing future management is that there are a lot of things that are changing, that are just challenging, and that we want to make sure our forests still sustain functions into the future. And so how do we deal with these new changes in ways that we still have trees growing out there, and certainly the trees that we're interested in, like sugar maple. So one of the real challenges on these richer sites where sugar maple dominates is that we have European earthworms, basically the earthworms that we've been told since we were kids are the best thing in the world for your garden because they compost and they mix nutrients and so forth. Well, they're the worst thing in the world for a forest because they do the exact same thing, but instead of decomposing what you're putting out in your garden, they're actually decomposing that duff litter, that litter layer. And so on a site like this, really there's no litter left because the earthworms are so active. And what you'll see in a site, and even you might have a loose leaf litter, when you pull it back, you'll actually see those castings from the earthworms on the site. And so what they're basically doing is taking the nutrients and basically the organic material from that duff layer, cycling it down through the soil and really leaving us with this highly altered surface layer, which unfortunately is not what sugar maple likes to regenerate on. And so when you have high amounts of earthworm impact, it becomes much more challenging to regenerate sugar maple on those sites. And so when we think about the future of sugar bushes, even if you have earthworms, if you have established sugar maple regeneration, really do all you can to nurture that along and to keep it on the site, because that might be in some cases your last window of opportunity for that species on the site. Another thing about earthworms, just in terms of general practice, so anything we buy at bait shops for fishing, the Canadian night crawlers, all those are not native to our forests, and they're really not native to the region. And so if you're done fishing for the day, the old practice of letting those earthworms go next to the brook or next to the pond, really what you're doing is introducing that into the forest. And so getting rid of those worms, putting them in the trash, finding other ways to make sure they don't make it into the woods is such a key part to minimizing the impact on our landscape.